everybody. Chad McNabb, driving here in East Tennessee. And right now I'm driving on Westland Drive in Knoxville. Of course, I did another video the other day on North Shore Drive in Knoxville, talking about the weather. Westland Drive basically parallels North Shore Drive, a couple miles apart from each other. We got a lot of nice residential on this area, Westland Drive too. Like over here on my left is Getty's View Country Club and subdivision. Has a golf course, really nice houses, probably starting around $1 million or more. Field over here. Just like I said, just a couple miles from North Shore, just a couple of miles from Kingston Pike too. Of course, Kingston Pike is your main thoroughfare through West Knoxville and your main shopping area of the whole city of Knoxville. That's where your Westtown Mall's at. Turkey Creek is just off Kingston Pike. Costco is on Kingston Pike. So a lot of your main shopping area is right here off of Kingston Pike. We're just about that. Westland's just about 1.5 to 2 miles from Kingston Pike. Of course, like I did the other day, I talk about the weather here in Tennessee. Sunday, like when I did that video, the high was 40 degrees. Today is Thursday, and the high is 80 degrees. So you can see just how much the weather can change in March, Tennessee. But that may be a little more extreme change than usual, going from 40 to 80, but it can be quite up and down in March. Alright, now I'm turning back on to, this is Ebenezer Road. It will take you straight, if I kept going straight, back over to Kingston Pike. Now I'm turning back on to Westland, and over here's a new development on my right, these apartments. This has been built here in the past year, called the Crescent on Ebenezer. Like I said, this is West Knoxville. Generally, West Knoxville, Farragut, Hardin Valley, all in West Knox County are going to be your nicest neighborhood of Knoxville and the nicest of the Knox County too. And with Farragut probably has your highest average housing prices in Knox County, and average income too of the Knoxville, not just Knoxville, but the Knoxville metro area. Closer, the further you go on Westland, you'll get into some more old school neighborhoods of West Knoxville. This area is generally, but even in those areas, you're still going to have some new subdivisions. Westland Manor over here, or they bought some older houses or filled in some land that was still available over there, and built new houses too in that area. Westland Creek. And then that part of Westland Drive too will eventually run back into North Shore Drive at Lake Shore Park, which is a really big park next to the Tennessee River. It's got a lot of walking trails, ball fields. They're doing a renovation on it right now too, for even more ball fields, I think. Here's Gallagher View Road at this red light, and I will take you back over to Kingston Pike. A lot of residential areas too over here on my left. I believe this area of Knoxville will be for Bearden High School.
Eric. Sure do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening, and we'll talk again soon. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Eric King joining us for a Tennessee football practice.
And with Tennessee taking on Florida Atlantic tonight, Vince Ferrari is in New York. He had a chance to catch up with freshman Phillips to visit with him. Here's Vince's one-on-one conversation with Phillips.
Julian, you guys, and everybody's heard about the physicality.
Of course, this is East Tennessee, and you're in Appalachian Ridge and Valley. So you're going to have a lot of hilly land around here, a lot of curvy roads because of the hills. So basically, you got these ridges that are running north, south, west, and northeast with valleys in between. So, and then there's level areas too. But if you build a house on one of these ridges, and you might have a pretty curvy, hilly road to have to drive through. But I think that also, that's what makes part of East Tennessee beautiful too, is the hills and the valleys. Instead of just being flat as a pancake like Florida. And then of course, you got the Smoky Mountains about 40 miles east of here.
What have they said about BW?
Yeah, just that the lights get brighter, the stage is bigger, but the game is the same.
And the Smoky Mountains, of course, home of the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, which is the most visited national park in the United States. But you also have a lot of touristy areas over there too, next to the smoke, like Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. Big tourist towns, of course, over there with Dollywood. Yeah, this is Westland Drive. North Shore, definitely my favorite areas of Knoxville. Definitely, it is my favorite area of the city of Knoxville. Subdivision. Also, too, out here on where Westland and North Shore intersect is the Veterans Cemetery. And the turn left when you go out here to North Shore, just go a short little distance and you run back into Kingston Pike. But right out there is also where the Archdiocese of the Catholic Church is headquarters out right here in Knoxville of East Tennessee. They just built a really nice, beautiful church, new cathedral a couple of years ago over there. I said this is an area where you got a lot of mix of older homes, neighborhoods with nicer, newer homes too. And a lot of the older homes too have been renovated. See right here, somebody's building a new little subdivision. Old school, old money. It's in this part of Knoxville too. Then, here in the minute, we'll go by Cherokee Country Club, which is a really nice old school country club. Right here, we're hitting the intersection of North Shore and Westland Drive. And straight ahead is Lakeshore Park on the right, and on the left is the Veteran Cemetery. There's actually two veteran cemeteries. This is the older one, and then there's another one out in East Knox County on John Sevier Highway.
We'll get a break and be back with more. This is Sports Talk today at Sips Car Wash on Moss Grove Park, right off of Kingston Pike in West Knoxville.
And this is Lakeshore Park coming up here on the right. Now you get a lot, of course, on a nice, beautiful day, warm day like today, you're going to have a lot of people out here walking the trails, running. And actually, there used to be a mental hospital on Lakeshore up there on the hill, but all of that has been closed down and torn. All of that has been closed and torn down in the past few years. So there's only maybe, I think, one building left of the old mental hospital that used to be there. And that's just there as a kind of a reminder of what used to be there. See over here, you can see all the cars lined up there at the park. People in the walking trail. And the Tennessee River is just right behind Lakeshore Park over here. You can walk down to the river, and there is a little, one area I believe has a little walk that you can walk out just a little bit to the river. Like I said, I would call this like the Beverly Hills of Knoxville, this area of Knoxville. Right here, if you can see, is the Tennessee River. So there was the end of the river here. And there was a house right here that was just bought several years ago that was for around $10 million was torn down. Right there behind these walls. The people that built it went bankrupt, and so it was sold at auction, and then it was bought, torn down to be. I think they're going to build 3 houses there now instead of just one. But look at that view right here, down the Tennessee River, down in over here. And now we're about to come up to Cherokee Country Club.
The most effective way to learn another language in just 15 minutes a day.
Right here is Cherokee Country Club, and the golf course is over here on the left, and the country club is right here on the right. Look at that nice old school country club right there. And then Kingston Pike is just about a mile over here to my left. Here, you're only about 4 or 5 miles from downtown Knoxville. Run back into Kingston Pike. You get on Kingston Pike, and you're about, when I get to this red light down here, you'll be about 4 or 5 miles from downtown Knoxville, and a little bit less than that to the University of Tennessee campus. And then coming up here on the right is what's called Sequoia Hills neighborhood. Sequoia Hills was one of the first old school, really nice subdivisions built in Knoxville. And it's next to the Tennessee River. There's a walking trail that goes through the middle of it. And it runs all the way down. There's several parks next to the Tennessee River. It's really, like I said, that's kind of like the Beverly Hills of Knoxville. This area, like I said before. A lot of those houses are definitely going to be running probably at $1 million or more in Cherokee Hills, Sequoia Hills. I mean, Cherokee Hills, Cherokee Boulevard runs through the middle, and that's where there is a sidewalk that runs through the middle of the median of Cherokee Boulevard. And I've done a video on Sequoia Hills and Cherokee Boulevard too. I have a video on it. So if you want to see Cherokee Hills, and Sequoia, Cherokee Boulevard and Sequoia Hills. I have a video on that.
Is that motivation? You just something.
And also, this area of Kingston Pike has a lot of churches on it too. There's an Orthodox, there's St. George Greek Orthodox Church. There's a couple of synagogues over here on Kingston Pike. Synagogues, a couple of Baptist church, of course. I think there's a Unitarian Universalist Church, Christian Scientist Church. So there's a lot of churches right here. Along with the old school, really nice houses, and a lot of these older houses have been renovated or are being renovated. Of course, you got the beautiful view of the Tennessee River right over here on your right.
But I mean, if that's how you want to view things, that's how you want to view things.
I'll show you here in a minute. We'll be up to where you turn in to go to down Cherokee Boulevard. There's a couple other neighborhoods right here. If you turn to this next red light, these houses are a little less expensive than the houses off of Cherokee Boulevard. A little smaller, a little less expensive. Like right here, turn on to Scenic Drive right here, but it will also all run into Cherokee Boulevard too. And then over here on my left, if you would turn left and go onto Sutherland, you would run into Knox West High School, which is a high school for this area. Over here's the Heska Amuna Synagogue on my left. Christian Scientist Church right here. Coming up here at this red light is Cherokee Boulevard. Go just a little bit more to show you how close now you are to the University of Tennessee campus and downtown Knoxville. Of course, springtime, you're going to have the Dogwood Trail Festival and activities go on here in Knoxville. That was a big spring event here in Knoxville that was started back, I believe, in the 1950s. Sean wanted to show the beauty of Knoxville, so they started the Dogwood Trail. It's all over the city too. They draw out paths that you can for all the different dogwood trails and different neighborhoods, and there are all kinds of art and craft events that goes on with it too. Music. Some of these houses, there's a Temple Bethel Synagogue. Some of these houses date back to the Civil War. Of course, there's the Tennessee River again. And on the other side of the Tennessee River is South Knoxville. And the University of Tennessee's hospital, which is their level 1 trauma hospital in Knoxville. And right up here in a second is the University of Tennessee. Start seeing all these buildings in front of me. That's mostly University of Tennessee buildings. And you can turn right here on Neatland Drive and drive right by the river and go to the University of Tennessee's football stadium, which is, of course, Neatland Stadium. These are the sorority houses over here on my right. Most all these have just been built in the past 10 years. And then downtown is just right here in the front of me too, in the distance. It's about a mile and a half probably from here.
And we've been having that mindset, even before Zakai. And Zakai knows that. So I think it wasn't really a big adjustment to
of course,
have that next man up in town.
this used to be called, this is the Strip, they call it. They've done a lot of changes to it here in the past few years. They've taken, it used to be a 4-lane, they've taken it down to a 2-lane and a median in the middle. And a lot of the old school businesses have been bought because the University of Tennessee's gained a lot of enrollment here in the past few years. So they've had to model a lot of the old commercial buildings and stuff like that's along the strip, so they could put in new housing.
We have the opposite of that. You know, the more the merrier. We love it. We love that label. We love having that.
But
we're intentional.
that's my tour of Westland Drive, West Knoxville, up to the University of Tennessee campus.
For Tennessee basketball, because that's what we represent.
If you want to see more of Tennessee, East Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, just leave a comment below. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching the video. Have a nice day.